Okay, so I thought I would jump on and do a quick live today as my live yesterday went wrong and ended up on YouTube, but nowhere else. I'm thinking this week about carrying on the theme of burnout, but doing it this week for mums, for working mums. Last week we were just looking at burnout in general terms. And I'm just going to caveat this by saying that, of course, everybody experiences burnout. It is not exclusive to anybody. But I enjoy talking to women. I enjoy talking to mums. My client base is made up of women who are both mums and not mums. But we're thinking about burnout for working mums today. If you're watching me live, don't forget to hit the like button and play along with me, chat along with me. Let me know what you're thinking and let me know if anything that I'm saying resonates with you or if you disagree with anything that I say. Then I'm always open to your comments and your feedback. So thinking about working mum burnout today, this week, and thinking about, what it is that makes us feel like we need to be doing so much all of the time and never really carving out that time for ourselves. And I think part of the problem is that we feel like we need to be doing everything. We can be good at delegating some things, but I think overall, my experience of being a working mum, my clients' experience, my friends' experience, my peers, my colleagues, we all have the same kind of traits. And that is that we either find it really difficult to delegate, often because it's just easier sometimes to just do something yourself. Maybe you feel you don't have the support from a partner or from a, within your family or in your work to be able to delegate or ask for help. And I think, we are set up as mums from very early on, obviously, bearing children, carrying children, doing all of that first part of care. I think we just kind of like naturally assume the role. We just kind of get on. We just get on with it. And I think that's what we do as women, right? We just kind of get on with it. And what happens is that before we realise it, we are in a position where we are suddenly utterly depleted of energy. And it's not just about being depleted of energy. It's also about losing our identity. It can be so easy to lose our identity along the way and lose sight of what is important, lose sight of ourselves, right? Because we are important, as well as our children and our family and our jobs. And so what I encourage my clients to do, what I do very much for myself, and what I find very helpful is to block out time, is to block out chunks of time. And I was talking, funnily enough, with a client about this yesterday, about the importance of needing to not have a rigid structure. It's not about having a rigid structure, but it is about blocking out times where you know that you are going to be doing some things. And this is work as well as family commitments, where you know that you're doing some things here, some things here, this bit here. And what that does is that, in my experience, what that does is that alleviates anxiety. It alleviates me from feeling like I need to be doing absolutely everything now, because I know in my mind that if I do this thing now, I'm then going to go on to the next thing next, and then the next thing next. So whether that is writing a report, whether that is having some time with the children and being present. This is about being emotionally present for them as well. And you're not your mind worrying about what you need to be doing next. Whether it's factoring in time for self-care, which is essential, for everyone, regardless of gender or family setup. Really making sure that you have that time as not necessarily as protected time. Self-care should be protected time. Family time, I think, should be protected time. Work time should be protected time. But it's not about being so boundaried that there's no movement. It's just about giving you a structure that you can work towards, and that helps you then to focus on what needs to be done without having to worry about what needs to be done next. Okay, that's really, really helpful. And of course, self-care is a massive part of, or lack of self-care is a massive part of burnout. And I was reading something on LinkedIn today, which I absolutely love. It resonated with me so much, I'm going to start using the term myself. And that is work-life integration. And it's a really simple shift to work-life balance, but it's something that I really resonate with because, you know, we want to be doing all of our parts, or all of the roles that we are needing to do, in alignment. If we're always feeling like we need to be donning a different hat for all of the different things that we do, then there is no integration into us. And actually, I find with myself and with my clients that once we start incorporating all of the parts of us into one, then life becomes a lot easier. And this is really important if you are working, particularly if you are working for a big organisation, or maybe not a big organisation, but for an organisation, of feeling like you need to leave your mum hat at the door. I speak for myself here, running my own business. I find it easier to incorporate my role as a mum into the work that I do, particularly because I run my business around my family, and also because I work with mums, predominantly with mums, and not exclusively. So being able to acknowledge that part of me comes very much into the work that I do, comes very much into these sessions that I do. It's a big part of my life, and so it's not a part that I'm willing to put to the side, if you like. But making that time, making that time for yourself is a really, really essential part of making sure that you don't get to the point where you're burnt out. Now, look, days get busy, weeks get busy. There are some days and weeks that are far busier than others, and I completely appreciate that. But making time for yourself should be non-negotiable. It should be something that is just as a routine and as important as brushing your teeth or getting dressed. Like, finding time regularly to recharge your batteries means that you are not only looking after yourself better, but it means that we get to do everything else better too. We get to be a better mum, we get to be a better wife, we get to be a better business owner or a better employee. We get to do those things better when we are looking after ourselves, because we are replenished, we're recharged. You know, we can't be running around doing all of the things on 20%. We have to take the time to recharge that battery so that we're doing everything to our best ability. And that means looking after yourself. Now, whatever that looks like to you, in a way, it is irrelevant. It's whatever makes you happy. It's whatever you need to do to tune out. So that might be that you go for a walk. It might be that you meet up with your friends. It might be that you go to bed early, or you do your exercise classes, whatever that looks like to you. But make sure that you find the time in the day to do that, and you incorporate that into your daily or weekly routine, because it is essential. And then learning what you can delegate. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm a bit of a martyr, to be honest with you. And I feel like I should be doing all of these things by myself. Sometimes because it's just easier to do it by myself. And sometimes, I admit, because I'm not very good at asking for help, not just from my husband, but from anyone else. but actually delegating some of the things is essential. It's essential to be able to say, I need your help to do this. It might be that you need to ask your employer to either delegate a job, or to help you put time aside so that you can work more efficiently, so you can work more effectively. Asking for help is one of the key things that you can do in order to stop burnout. So in whatever form that looks like for you. It might even be just asking the kids to help you put the laundry away. My eldest, is into earning money now. And she loves to be able to help me to do that. Helps me, helps her, costs me £1. Everyone's a winner. So have a think about what it is that you need to do. Have a think about how your day and your week looks. Have a think about how you can chunk out that time. Chunk out time for work, chunk out time for family, chunk out time for friends, for domestic stuff, chunk out time for yourself. Because we want you to be present. We want you to be present for yourself, as well as for your family, and as well as for your clients, whatever shape or form that comes in. Okay? Speak up. Have a voice. We're very good at empowering everybody else to have a voice. We're not always very good at having a voice ourselves. Speak up for yourself. Be your own champion at what you need for yourself, for those around you. Okay? Whistle stop tour. I'm going to put the link here to the YouTube video. For some reason it didn't stream to Facebook and to LinkedIn yesterday, so there is a link for YouTube, which I'll put in the comments or in the blurb above. And have a great rest of week. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch up with you guys soon. Take care.